Imagine owning a house without putting down a single cent of your own money. Sounds impossible, right? Well, I'm here to show you exactly how it's done now. And trust me, it's a game changer. I will even share my own story of how I made this happen. So stick around. I know you are thinking, there is no way you can buy a house without money. We've all been taught that home ownership requires hefty savings or a big bank loan. But what if I told you there are smarter, lesser known paths to owning a home that won't drain your bank accounts? Let me take you back to 2012 when I stumbled upon an opportunity that completely changed the game for me. I had no significant savings and every property seemed out of reach. But then I found a rent-to-own deal. At first, I thought it was too good to be true. But by working the system and doing my homework, I was able to turn rent into ownership without upfront cash. Let's start with rent-to-own agreement because this is one of the most accessible strategies. And trust me, I've done it myself. In simple terms, you pay rent, but a portion of that rent is used to slowly purchase the property. It's like planting seeds for future home. In my case, I was paying rent for 2 years, and when the time came, I had the opportunity to buy. The kicker, a good portion of the rent I had been paying counted toward the purchase price. If I hadn't jumped on that deal, I would have still been paying rent somewhere else with nothing to show for. Quick tip, if you are looking for rent-to-own deals, always check the contracts for a clause that specifies how much of your rent applies towards the purchase price. That's where the magic happens. In short, make sure you know exactly where your rent money is going before you sign the rent-to-own contract. It's about getting the most for your money. Now, let me tell you about my friend Sipo. He was in a tough spot, raising 2 kids and living paycheck to paycheck. He never thought home ownership was possible for him. But then, he found the right rent-to-own deal. At first, he had his doubts. Could this really work for me? His friends even told him it would never work. Sipo had a moment where he almost gave up, but he pushed through. And today, he's a homeowner. That's why I'm so passionate about sharing these strategies, because they work for people like you and me. Here is a strategy you might not thought of: barter deals. Now, I'm not talking about trading goats for a house. I'm talking about using your skills in exchange for equity or ownership in a property. Imagine this: you are a graphic designer, photographer, or even a landscaper. So instead of money, you get partial ownership or an equity stake in the property. Let me tell you about a photographer I know who pulled this off. She needed a place to live and didn't have a deposit, but she struck a deal with a real estate developer. She took professional photos for the developer's new properties, and in exchange, she received partial ownership of one of the homes. When approaching a developer, start by highlighting the value of your skills. You could say, I can offer X services in exchange for partial ownership of the property, and here is how my skills add value. In short, barter deals are all about showing the property owner what you bring to the table, and it doesn't have to be money. Finally, let's talk about government support because it's a big one now. South African government has been rolling out initiatives to make it easier for first-time home buyers, especially those with limited funds. Programs like X Initiative, Y Fund offer grants or low-interest loans specifically for people like you trying to get into the market without a huge down payment. One of my students recently took advantage of these programs. She got a grant that covered her deposit entirely, meaning she didn't have to use any of her own money to get into her first home. These programs are out there, and you need to make sure you are not missing out. So how do you get started? Here is a simplified step-by-step process to exploit these options. Step 1. Look for rent-to-own deals or properties with flexible ownership options. Step 2. If you have skills to offer, approach property owners or developers for barter deals. Step 3. Check out government programs you qualify for and apply early to maximize your chances. Remember, it's all about exploring creative methods. These unconventional strategies could unlock your dream home. And if you want more detail on how to dive deeper into these methods, in my next video, I will show you the property investment hack only 1% know about. So stay tuned. You won't want to miss it. And if you don't want to miss out on this and any other life-changing strategies, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. What's stopping you from getting started? Whether it's rent-to-own, barter deals, or government programs, these strategies work. I've used them myself and so have others. You just need to think outside the box. If you want to dive deeper into these options or need guidance on how to get started, head to PropertyAskEkow.com and book my free consultation today. Let's explore how you can own a property without breaking the bank. Remember, the key to property success is thinking outside the box. I'm dedicated to your success. Be a legacy builder and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace.